Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then I'm so happy to meet you. If not, then welcome back. As always, please give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with somebody that you think might get something from it. Feel free to comment down below and keep the conversation going. And turn on your notifications bell and you will get notified each time I have a new upload. I will also leave my Instagram, TikTok and Twitter details in the description box down below, so be sure to follow me over there for some more content. As you can tell by the title of today's video, these are some of my top tips if you are making the move to university. So let's get into it. We all know that a move like that, a move to university, a transition, is overwhelming, it's stressful, and it can be difficult. But it can also be a very enjoyable experience. And I have put together some tips that I found helped me when I was moving to university, and that I hope will help some of you out there making the move to university. First of all, if you are going to university or college, best of luck. So my very first tip is get to know your university or college's campus and go to that campus, walk around, get to know it, get to know where you might get food, get to know where you might get essentials like copybooks and pens, get to know the layout of the place, get to know where your buildings are, where your classes are going to be, so that when you start, it's not going to be like, oh my god, don't know where anything is. So getting to know the campus and getting familiar with it will help when you are transitioning to university. Number 2 is when you're getting to know the campus, when you're checking it out, when you're finding your way around, bring along a friend or a family member for support. I know when I first went, I had my mother with me, and I found that good because you get someone to chat to, someone to go with you, go into buildings with you, and it wasn't quite as nerve-wracking having that support. And bring them along more than once if you need them. There's nothing wrong with that. If it helps you in that transition, then that's what you should do. Next up, make sure you have applied for any relevant scholarships, bursaries or grants. That's a kind of a bit of an admin one, but make sure that you've applied for anything that is applicable to you and your situation. Then make a list of everything you need. I work really well with lists. I love a list. I have a list for everything. I have a copybook for everything. But make a list of everything you will need, from laptops, books, pens. If you're someone that's going to be living away from home while you're at university, then make a list of everything you need there, like bed linen, PJs, cutlery, whatever it is you may need if you're living away from home, and then whatever it is you may need for your day-to-day university college experience. Make a list, get all that done in advance so that when you go, it's going to be an easy transition. Next up, and this is very important, and do this, contact your university's disability offices. That was something I did when I went to university. I found them very helpful, and you can find out what supports you're entitled to. For example, I was entitled to some supports during exam time. So supports like having extra time, supports like when I was in college, I was in UCD and the exams were done in the RDS, but I was able to do my exams in UCD, and that took a lot of stress out of it. I know that everybody will be entitled to different supports, but they really do make a difference to your university college experience, and I would say to check that out, and throughout your time at college to keep in contact with your disability officers, because it will benefit you during your time at university and to know what you're entitled to in regards to accommodations or in regards to even financial help. Moving along, and this is the logistics of things. Find out what public transport you're going to need to take. So if you're commuting from home, how do you get to the university? If you're living away from home, how do you get from your new place to the university to your classes? Having this planned out in advance will take so much of the stress out of things. If I'm going anywhere, I plan my route. So I look at what times the trains or buses are. I look at what stops I have to get off at. If I have to change trains or buses, I check that out. And I know that all in advance. If you're someone that needs a leap card or something like that, to have that in advance, so that the day you're going to college for the first time, you're not trying to plan all this out that morning. If you are someone who feels they need to, travel the route. I know when I was younger, my mammy went on the train with me to Dublin a lot, and I found that that was helpful because I was used to it and it wasn't so daunting when I travelled it on my own. As I said as well, similarly to getting used to the campus, bring somebody along on that route to get to know it and to become comfortable with it and to become comfortable with travelling on your own eventually. Also, if you need, let's say, any apps, so like whether that be a taxi app or Dublin bus app or wherever you are in the country or the world, getting those apps is really helpful. Now what I do is, this may not work for everybody, but I will write down where I'm going. So let's say I'll write down, let's say I'm getting the train from where I am in Longford to Dublin. So I write down the time I arrive in Dublin, and then I'll know what time I need to be at class. So when I need to be getting the bus, when I have time to have a snack or something to eat. And I find that having that written down helps me to actually remember it, because I've not got the best memory. But also, if I'm a little bit confused or a little bit of a tizzy, I can look at where I've written it down and be like, okay, that's fine. Now, as well as that, with public transport, it's not always the most reliable thing in the world. There can be delays, things can go wrong, and I think that you have to allow for that. I know that I'm someone that will get quite stressed with that, and I suppose that's why it's important to allow time when you're travelling and not be like, I get this train, this bus, and I'm just on time for my class. Having a little bit of time to spare in case something goes wrong with the train or the bus. And also recognising that if you're late or if you miss a class, it is not the end of the world. Just explain what happened. Then this is my last tip, and it's be sure that you choose whatever university or college or course because you want to do it. You're going to be there for however long. It is going to be hard work, so it needs to be something that you want to do, something that you chose to do, something that you're interested in or you're passionate about. I know that sometimes people can be encouraged into a certain field or discouraged from something, and I would say make sure that whatever you choose to do is because you want to do it, not because anybody else wants you to do it. And also, university and college is not for everyone, and is not the only path you can take in life. So I would say don't feel pressured into doing something in particular, and don't feel pressured into college or university at all. You have to do what is right for you and what's your path, because everybody's path is completely different. I hope that these tips have helped a little bit. If you have tips yourself that you think might help people, please leave them in the comments down below, because we all got to help each other out. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you very, very soon again in my next video, and see you soon.